So, with today's video, with this video, sorry, what I'm doing is essentially pitting what I understand of reality against the reality my mental health wants to put on me. What I mean by that is I've lived my mental health for 13 years and I've got to grips with it to a certain extent over that time. And I understand it a certain way over that time. What's taken place over the last 6 months is, and I should start by saying sorry about the dirty walls. Pardon me. They're white. I'm quite a dirty, messy individual at the best of times, and I have a mental health disorder, so I can't stay on top of things. And unfortunately, that's where I press my hand in as I enter the room, and it's quite dirty, and it needs a paint again. But it's the least of my problems, and I'm sure you can forgive that within yourself. But what I was getting at is over the past 6 months, my mental health wants me to believe I was going to say disabled, very, very disabled, and I am. And I guess this needs reflection within myself first, but it wants me to. What I did last year was I was honest with myself and I said, look, if this is my mental health, this is how I should live. This is where I'm disabled. This is where I am disabled, and this is how I should live. And around the turn of the year, I had an experience that said, right, now you need to get up and get moving. Forget what you know of yourself. You need to move. You need to get active. And I've been trying since, without any luck, if I'm honest. It was as if, like, last year I was on absolute point with the best I could do, given my mental health and given my disability. And what I've realised of late, I'm sure some of you would have seen the videos, is I believe all of this experience was to help me to really, really come to terms with the fact that I'm in a coma. Sorry, and the reason this video is so hard to watch and that I'm picturing the walls is because I've got therapy devices on at the moment, and because I'm mad and I have a mental health disorder, I appreciate watching me like this. I'll show you, but watching me this way is a lot more disturbing than watching dirty walls like that. So I've got therapy devices and straps all on me. So that I'll leave it like this. I'll challenge you to watch a madman. Just imagine your life, society and socializing and all of that aspect didn't matter for anything, but had no value to you. Literally, like, you wake up tomorrow, whatever you do in terms of appearance, expression, and all of that doesn't matter. It's not going to change a thing. And if you're in a bit of discomfort, you're not going to be too worried about applying some TENS machines to your shoulders. And if your mental health disorder is so bad that it challenges you with unpleasant sensations every day and you can't get dressed, you're going to be too worried about putting clothes on for a camera. That's where I'm at. I appreciate I appreciate how wrong it is to the socialized. I also appreciate how truthful and innocent and correct it is to myself. I persist. So yeah, the title is Of Things to Come. That is without my mental health getting in the way. The reason being is that I've made a plan of how to get myself out of this place where I find myself at present. And given everything I know of myself before the past 6 months, this would be a plan I could put into place and get on with. But my mental health has really beaten me to the extent over the past 6 months where it wants me to believe I'm incapable of nothing. And both are true. Both are true. In the sense that the way I've been beaten, the experience that I've had over the past 6 months, you wouldn't be able to get up and get active like this. So what this is doing is testing my mental assertion. Because physically, emotionally, all of those aspects, I'm done. I'm weak. But I'm alive within my coma. And I'm able to assert myself mentally. And if I respect where I am on all of those other levels, don't push myself too hard, but push myself at the same time, I'm still able to, I should still be able to make progression forward in life. That was my thinking before the last 6 months, and this is a learning process. So it really could be this is the final falling down of Andreas that is live streamed to the world, or the 300 odd friends that I have on Facebook that no longer follow me anymore, and the 1 or 2 followers I have on YouTube. But no, this is me really saying, look, this is what I understand of myself. I was capable of this, despite the limitations my mental health put on me before. And I should be able to now, unless something's changed. If my mental health wants to say, oops, 1 moment, I just need to put the light back on. There you go. It's one of those desktop tanning lights. So I still have access to sunlight where I'm not able to go out, or UV to be more specific, not actual sunlight. So I'm sure something sorry, just trying to make myself comfortable. I'll explain why. So I'm sure something gets lost when you're using man-made shit to replicate nature, but essentially, yes, I've got a plan together in place to get my life back on track. But I can see with how my mental health has been influencing me of late, how challenging this will be. Essentially, Sorry. So just need to take a second. Sorry. I was actually planning to just get straight on with it, with what I'm talking about, and my physical body said, no. You just need to lie down, and I was lying down, and I got to the place where it was like, right, I can't really do anymore. My mind's alert. My body just needs rest in a set position. So I thought, what I'll do is take the opportunity to do a live stream and express to you what I was going to do when I was a little bit more presentable and a little bit more upright. But yeah, my mental health has really put a challenge on me to say, how powerful is your mind? How powerful is the mind? Literally on a daily basis, I'm done for as a human being. In absolute honesty, if the last 6 months are to go by, it would be it would be a challenge for anybody to live this without some form of mental assertion to life. Because there's nothing else that's worth living for, and is anything that has the energy to really get the body all in aligned and moving in a direction. So what am I trying to get at? Of things to come. The plan is over the next couple of weeks to slowly reintegrate myself into some form of daily activity, some form of purpose. I haven't had that for the last 6 months. The last 6 months, what I'm going to do, and in honesty, this is how it's happened. On reflection of the last 6 months, I've realized that, sorry. On reflection of the last 6 months, and me trying to assess my life, my spiritual life, how I know best, and trying to take the messages from life that I can. I came to the conclusion that life itself, through you all, through everybody else, through everything that encompasses life, is trying to tell me that, Andreas, you need to start living like you're in a coma. You're aware that you're in a coma. You're not doing it first. And that's the best I could really take from it, from all of this last 6 months. But if I live that, and I'm correct in that thinking, that this is what life was trying to tell me, things should ease. The challenges that I had should go away because I've learnt my lesson, right? You don't need to keep teaching the lesson if you've learnt your lesson. So that's what I'm taking from it. And now is the monumental task of saying to my mind, right, mind, what you've experienced over the past 6 months as life wasn't really life the way you understand it, that you need to hold on to it and continue. What you experienced over the last 6 months was life trying to tell you something, and you've heard that now. What life was trying to tell you, you've heard. And all of that trauma, all of that injustice, all of the terror over the last 6 months and I say 6 months, but it's really been 18. You kind of just need to let it go. You need to let it go. And you need to acknowledge that the choices at hand are you can either perish because the challenges are so unjust, so incomprehensible. In reality, there's no hope, and there isn't. I might as well figure out the most comfortable way to death. That's where it is. But on reflection of the last 6 months, I've realized it was trying to tell me a lesson, teach me a lesson, tell me something. Something that it would take that level of madness to communicate to an individual. I'm saying, okay, fine, right, I see it. I'm in a coma. I hear the lesson. So that's where I am in terms of presence, hearing life, acknowledging life, and I'm saying, okay, I need to get on. Right now, I'm might as well be a vegetative vegetable, in the sense that I have no hope, I have no control, I have no willpower, I have no real anything other than the prospect of harder times. I've heard the lesson. I think I've heard the lesson. So in that, and in constantly, where possible, trying to accommodate this unpleasant future all the time. So I'm aware of deals. I'm aware of time frames. I'm aware of responsibilities, even if I can't do them. I'm aware of it, and it sits in my mind. And when I can, they will be done. But here I am. I've heard the lesson, and it's time to move forward. And it's very scary, because for the first time, it's like, maybe mental assertion won't get me out of this. I've always been of the mindset that if I apply my mind, I can get out of it. The reality is I might not be able to in this instance. But it's something I've got to explore. Something I've got to explore. It's like the last ditch, the last hope. And that's why I say you'll either see me stand up again, or you'll see me burn in flames. But I've got to try it either way. I have to try it either way. It's what makes sense. There's a chance, and I have no other hope. So I've put together a plan. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be tattooing, hopefully on most days, given my physical health, to be able to sit and tattoo. But alongside that, I'm going to be starting another project. And this is why it's scary, because I wouldn't like to state this on camera to other people if I'm not going to achieve it. And this is why I say this is me calling out my mental health and saying, what are your intentions? Because what I'm about to state is my intent going forward, and I'll be able to do it. I would be, I'd be able to do it pretty much at any stage in my life. But as I said, my mental health wants to play games on me, so there's a chance I'll fall. And it's very scary to call my life out to the world. I'm here and I'm sitting here saying, I know I'm ill. This video is to say, how ill am I? This project is to say, how ill am I? Because if I achieve this project, my mind is in alignment with what I understand of reality. If I'm not able to achieve it, it's a case of, sorry, I'm trying to do about 5 things at once. It's a case of my mental health wants to take me in a new direction for what it understands of life. And I could be here for the next year and a half trying to muddle through this and learn that lesson. Or I can call it out now. Take a risk of shaming myself by stating something to the world, or the 5 people that will watch this, I'm risk making a fool of myself. But that's where I'm at. I want to risk making a fool of myself. So the project is, I'm locked within my coma, yeah? I might have to stand up. I'm locked within my coma, and I've got to find activities, because this is my life now. I'm in a coma. I've got to get myself out of my coma. Sorry. And this project, it's putting energy forward in a way that I see is very proactive to my coma. Now, within my coma, I see it that I really could be here a long time. If I'm in a coma, anything's plausible. My life over the past 6 months has shown that. So I have to respect where I am at. The normal ambitions for life that you might have, we all might have, they're not really, they don't really apply within this place where I'm at. There's a new set of rules. For me, it's to get myself safely back home. So what I'm going to be doing is starting recapping my life on camera. A bit like Carlos Castaneda when Don Juan asks Carlos Castaneda to recap his own life and start documenting it. So there's a spiritual element too, and there's a practice that comes from a spiritual tradition that I'm going to be applying. Just recap your life, like for every detail. I'm not going to go into the absolute detail, but I want to get a broad picture. And the reason is because within my coma, I believe the way to get out of it, one way to get out of it, would be to heal the world. If I live in a world where there's no healing and there's nothing to do in that regards, what's the point of me being here? There's nothing to do other than just live life. And at that moment, I start living life. My coma will have a decision to make. Right, do we send him back home? Because he's absolutely blissful here. Or do we keep him here and give him another job? As long as he's in bliss, I don't mind if I'm in a coma. Well, what's the real... So anyway, what I'm going to try and do is document my life, because I believe that if you listen to my life and hear my life, it would corrupt reality. There's enough spiritual bollocks interlaced within all of the complexities of my life, and there's enough corruption out there within science and the rest of the world, that if you just listen and don't fight, impartially to my experience of a shared collective reality, it will change and heal the world. And that's the purpose of this project going forward. It's beyond willpower, because I've tried to give absolute willpower for the longest of times, and my mental health has showed me it's stronger. So I'm going to apply my absolute willpower. And I'm going to try my best to get this project underway. If I do, you'll see what I'm talking about, I'm sure, in time. But there's all the chance that I'm just gonna fall flat on my face. So to reiterate, the project is to document my life live on video. The live streams I've been doing have sort of hit the wall. In terms of where I can go with them, they'll just be complaining really from now on. So they'll probably be the complaining ones going forward as well. But alongside them, will be a new set of videos, and those videos will be sorry, as you can see, I've just put the machine on, and my body's starting to respond. Look, I apologize if I'm not as coherent on this video. I mean, I know what I'm saying, but my mind is being constantly beaten by my mental health, and I keep having to go off. So I apologize for that if that comes across. I have to make this happen. I'm going to give everything to making this happen. Is my life says this should happen, and my life says this shouldn't happen. So it's back to that scientific principle. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a case of you put two cats in a box, divide the box in the middle. Right in the middle, you insert one single atom of a poison. It can only kill one cat. Which cat does it kill? And that's where I'm at. A live scientific experiment. But no, I'll get underway. You'll see what I mean if there's anybody that's bothered to watch this in time of what's going to come. But yeah, no, my mental health is really, really pushing me in terms of in terms of any rest in life. It's like even now, it wants to instigate. This is what I can sense. It wants to instigate some sort of unrest to these videos that I find helpful, and it's making me unable to really speak as coherently as possible. So, do you know what? I'm going to end it now. I apologize if you've just spent half hour of your life watching this and you're a little bit unclear as to exactly what I've meant. But I think that's the best way forward. And I'm in a position where I can just get up and start with the project right now. So I'm going to do that instead. Thank you for wasting your time for my mental health.